All right, so if you got the last mean problem correct, you're going to get this one, which is slightly more difficult. This is something you definitely see in the last 20, maybe even the last 10 of an ACT. With mean problems, when they get a little trickier and like multi-step, I really find it useful to write out my equation and kind of then plug things in, right? So, right, we know that the average is the sum over the number of terms, right? Average, mean, same thing, right? So we have mean of 5 integers, right? So that's 5 on the bottom here, and the mean is 60, right? So it means I'm going to have to solve for the sum. So the sum is 300, right? Then I know that the median is 80, right? So the median is going to be 80. It's going to be in the middle. There are 5 integers, so it means I'm going to have 2 numbers here and 2 numbers here, right? If it was an even number, I'd average the middle too, right? I know that 3 of the numbers are 10, 40, and 80, right? So that's 3 numbers. And then I know that these last 2 numbers have to add to, so 10 plus 40 is 50, plus 80 is 1, right? So the sum of these is 130, right? And the full sum has to be 300, meaning that whatever, let's call this x and y, that means that 300 minus 130 is going to be 170. So these 2 numbers here have to add to 170, right? So one thing you can definitely do is get rid of a, right? I mean, we know the easy ones to cross off would be a because it can't be less than 80 because we know it has to be higher. We can cross off b, right? Now, let's try out something like, let's try out e, our really high one, right? So if this is 110, right, so let's say this is 110 right here, it would mean that the other number would have to be 110 or 170 minus 110. The other number would have to be 60, putting the 60 here, and that would change your median, so it can't be E. And kind of the same thing with 100. If this is 100, right, then the other number would be 70, and that would also be putting it below, and it would be shifting your median, and we know the median has to be 80, so D would be gone, but the other number could be 80, right, because if this is 80, right, this is 90, so now your median is intact by crossing these things off, right? And then your median would still be 80. 80 plus 90 would be 170, so 80 is a possibility for it. Answer choice C.